Okay, so my board's a little wonky over here, but that's okay. So the last time we did this, we did the idea map. And when we were doing the idea map, we just got all of our ideas onto paper. Now, today, we have to select an idea. And the way that we do that is we go through our ideas and we decide what is something that we really care about and that we're excited to write about. Because not all of my ideas are really that exciting for me. And not all of my ideas were things that I really care about enough to spend my time writing about. So, and even if I care, sometimes I'm kind of like, it's just not that fun to me, or that doesn't matter as much to me, right? So when I'm looking through my ideas, I had get another dog, no homework. I talked about littering needing a bigger fine. I talked about kids wearing uniforms and electric cars and sports and various things. So one thing that I'm going through as I'm doing this that I really am not that excited to write about would be the kids wearing uniforms. That's really not that exciting for me to write about. So what I would do is I would cross it off. And then the electric car, that one seems really difficult because when you're doing a persuasive letter or persuasive writing, you're trying to convince someone, you're going to have to find some facts and you're going to have to find some information so that you can really convince someone using actual data, actual facts, and information that you're going to have to research. So the cars and the being electric, that doesn't seem very feasible to me. That's awesome, that's ideal, I would love that. However, I don't think that I'm going to be able to find enough information on that, and so I'm not going to do that one. The sports one, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of waffling on that one, I don't really care. But when I get to getting another dog, I feel very passionately about Rex needing a buddy. He gets really lonely, especially in times like this. Even though we're home all the time, he doesn't have like a buddy. So, other than us. So, he can't do his little play dates with his friends. So, I think that the thing I feel most excited about writing about is going to be getting another dog. Now, I also have to think about, is there going to be information out there that I can find to support this? And the answer is probably yes, because I'm guessing that there's information out there on why it's good to have 2 dogs and not just 1 dog. So that's what I'm going to choose, and I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to see what I can find on the internet, and then go from there. The next step, step 2, is doing your persuasive writing triple stuffed OREO. And an OREO, triple stuffed sounds amazing, but also it's your opinion, then you give reason and examples, you give another reason and example, you give another reason and example, that's the triple, 3 reasons, 3 examples, and you finish with your opinion. So when we're writing our opinion, you want to use strong phrases, and you want to say things like, it's not fair that, I strongly believe that, in my opinion, I think that, I believe that, I feel strongly that. All of those are strong ways to state your opinion. So next, when you go to your reason and example, you're going to give the reason that you want this thing, that you feel strongly about your opinion. You're going to support your opinion using your reason. Also, you're going to find a supporting fact. I did some of this with Adelie when she was doing hers, and so I had already looked up some information with her to support our statement in that we want another dog. So then I did a second reason, example, fact, a third one, and then when you get to the bottom, your bottom part of your OREO, the other sandwich part, you restate your opinion in a different way. So you can use those same strong phrases, but you want to not use the same one, and you want to switch the words around and say what you're trying to say, but in a different way. You have to be really creative here. So I'm going to start with the O, so I can explain to you how I did it. So I'm going to start with my O, and my topic is going to be get another dog. That's my persuasive letter, and I'm writing to Andy here. So my first one is O, my first opinion. And I said, I strongly believe Rex needs another dog. That's my opinion. That's not a fact. That's not something that is proven. That's what I think, what I believe. A fact is something that can be proven. This board is white. That's a fact. An opinion of this board is fantastic. That's my opinion of this board. It's been very useful, but not everyone might, other people might not think this is a fantastic board. So it's not a fact. That's an opinion. So the reason and example. Now I'm on to my first stuffing, my reason and example. My first reason that I think Rex needs a buddy is because I think that he is lonely when we are gone for hours. So he is lonely when we are gone. So then I have to find some information about it. So I want to find a fact that supports this. I want to find a fact that supports this reason. And when I looked it up, I looked up why having another dog is good for the first dog. Why is it better to have two dogs rather than just one? And when I'm looking that up, I'm looking for things that say that another dog helps the first dog not be lonely. So what I found was that it says, many dogs have separation anxiety, but having another dog makes it better by being company for it. So he is lonely when we are gone. That's a lot of words. Separation anxiety, that just means he gets really anxious and nervous when we're gone. So I'm going to say in a shorter way that makes more sense to me, I'm going to say he is lonely when we are gone. Having another dog makes him more comfortable. Okay, now I need another reason and another example here, or another fact. And I think it's not always easy for us to take Rex out on long walks. Sometimes it's really hard for us. We're so busy and it's not always convenient to take him out on long walks. So I'm going to say we can't always take him on long walks. And as I'm doing the research, I'm looking for something that supports the fact that I can't take him on a long walk. He needs some more exercise. He needs to get his energy out. And what I found was that two dogs entertain and exercise each other. So I'm going to write two dogs entertain and exercise. Each other. And also I want to mention, when you're doing this stuff, when you're just writing this out, this is just a plan for your writing. This is really getting your ideas and your facts and everything out there. So you don't need to worry about spelling or punctuation. I mean, it's always nice to practice, starting with a capital and ending with a period or, you know, an exclamation mark or some sort of punctuation, but don't really worry about that now. Now I'm on to my third reason and example. And my third reason is that I feel really sad for Rex when he is all alone downstairs and we're upstairs sleeping. So he has to sleep alone downstairs. because we don't let him upstairs. So that's my last reason. And one of the things that I saw when I'm looking it up and I'm fighting facts, I'm looking up and trying to keep an eye out for something that has to do with maybe them sleeping or how they just like to be together. And what I found was that dogs are pack animals. And, oh, I'm not going to say and, I'm going to say even when they sleep, because they like to be together even then. All right, so now I've done my first opinion. I did my first reason example, and I gave a fact to support it. Reason example, gave a fact to support it. Reason example, gave a fact to support it. I'm going to end with my other opinion. But my other opinion, I'm not just going to say this again. I'm going to say this, but I'm going to switch it around and say something kind of different. So I'm going to say, in my opinion, that's another strong way to start a sentence or your opinion. See, but it's not exactly the same. So in my opinion, ooh, I spelled that wrong. Opinion. In my opinion, Rex needs another dog to keep him healthy and happy. All right, so that is step 2 in your persuasive letter.